You didn't click on this video by accident. You're here for a reason. Whether you're looking for answers, comfort, or just trying to make sense of something heavy on your heart, I want you to know this. God brought you here. You see, God's timing is perfect. He knew exactly when you'd need to hear this message. Maybe life has felt overwhelming lately, like you're carrying more than you can bear. Or maybe you've been feeling lost, stuck, or unsure of your next step. Whatever it is, I want you to pause for a moment and recognize that this isn't just a coincidence. This is God's way of reaching you. And by the end of this video, I want you to do something bold. Share your story in the comments below. Let us know how God has been speaking to you through this season, or how this video touched your heart. Let's create a space where we can encourage and pray for one another. Let me share something with you. A while ago, I went through a season where I felt like I couldn't hear God's voice anymore. Every prayer I prayed felt like it was hitting a ceiling. Every step that I tried to take forward seemed like it was blocked. I remember sitting in my room one night, completely broken, asking God, "Why can't I feel you? Are you even there?" And you know what happened? Silence. I felt abandoned. I felt like God had forgotten me. But what I didn't realize at the time was that God wasn't absent. He was waiting. He was preparing me for something greater. And maybe now, that's what He's doing in your life too. Let me take you to the story of Joseph in the Bible. Joseph was given dreams of greatness when he was young, but his journey didn't look like those dreams at first. Instead, Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused and thrown into prison. Can you imagine how many nights he must have cried out asking, "Why, God? Why me?" But what Joseph didn't know at the time was that God wasn't punishing him. He was preparing him. Every trial Joseph faced brought him closer to the purpose God had for his life. And in Genesis 50:20, Joseph looks back on his life and says to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Friend, what you're going through right now may feel like a setback, but in God's hands, it's a setup for something greater. Here's what I believe God wants you to hear today. He has not forgotten you. He sees your pain. He hears your prayers. He knows your heart. God's timing is not like ours. He often wants answers immediately. But God is more interested in growing our character than in giving us instant solutions. Isaiah 40 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Waiting doesn't mean God is ignoring you. Waiting means He's working behind the scenes. He's aligning everything in your life for His purpose. I'll never forget the night everything changed for me. After months of feeling lost and alone, I cried out to God one more time. I told Him, "Lord, I can't do this on my own anymore. If you're there, show me you're with me." And though I didn't hear an audible voice, I felt this overwhelming peace wash over me. It was as if God was whispering, "I've been here all along. Trust me." From that moment I realized that God hadn't left me. He had been walking with me through every storm, every trial, every moment of doubt. He was using it all to shape me, to grow me, and to bring me closer to Him. Now, let me ask you something. Are you willing to trust Him? I know it's hard. I know it feels like you're stepping into the unknown, but that's where faith comes in. Faith is believing that God is good even when you can't see the whole picture. Proverbs 3:5 reminds us, Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Today I want to challenge you to take a step of faith. Maybe that means surrendering a fear or worry you've been holding on to. Maybe it's committing to spend time in prayer, even if you don't feel like God is listening. Or maybe it's simply saying, God, I trust you, even when I don't understand. Now, here's your chance to encourage others. I want to invite you to share your story in the comments below.